the Kennedys. In the history of America, there has never been a family like them. A family with great glory, but even more sorrow. His 1963 assassination was one of the most shocking and memorable public events of the 20th century. John F. Kennedy swept into office with a reputation for youthful charm, wit, and vigor. Kennedy's term as US president was called the New Frontier. JFK married the glamorous Jacqueline Bouvier in 1953. They had 2 children, Carolyn and John Jr. Jackie Kennedy would become one of America's most popular first ladies and an international style icon. John's younger brother, Robert F. Kennedy, was a candidate for US president when he was assassinated in 1968. Bobby's death was doubly shocking because JFK had been assassinated just 5 years earlier. Bobby Kennedy's political career is closely associated with his brother. He managed JFK's successful campaigns for the US Senate and the presidency in 1960. Brother Ted Kennedy was a powerful US senator for nearly 5 decades. A staunch Democrat, he gained a reputation as a hard-working liberal on issues such as education and healthcare. John, Bobby, and Ted Kennedy, the famous trio of brothers, who became cultural icons as much as legislators, and their remarkable sister, the heroic Eunice Kennedy Shriver. Eunice was the founder of the Special Olympics and a longtime advocate for the mentally disabled. Shriver organized the first Special Olympics, which were held in 1968 in Chicago. She spent the next 4 decades expanding the Special Olympics and working in support of those with intellectual disabilities, believing everyone should be provided with opportunities to achieve.
Well, I think for the participants, sport is a great leveler, and you're as good as you can be. And they have trained to the extent of their abilities, and it is, I think, the victory for them of their abilities over their disability.
Eunice Kennedy Shriver's aim was to allow mentally challenged people to become productive citizens and to be respected members of their communities. All competitors in the Special Olympics were winners simply because they entered the competition. "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt," is the oath taken by athletes. In her wealthy and politically powerful family, Eunice saw public service as an honored tradition and passed this on to her daughter, Maria Shriver. A veteran TV news reporter, Maria Shriver is the First Lady of California, married to actor and California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. Eunice Kennedy Shriver's son Anthony is also an activist for people with intellectual disabilities. In 1989, he founded Best Buddies International. Kennedy Shriver was in Berlin for the opening of a museum housing 300 photographs and personal belongings of his uncle, former US President John F. Kennedy.
The most important thing is what the museum will do for future generations. And I think how it will inspire and motivate young people today to get involved in service. And I hope that's what it will achieve. So I think that's the most important part of the museum.
Die wichtigste Idee ist sicher, dass wir transportieren möchten über die Generationsgrenzen hinweg, für was die Kennedys standen.
The idea is to show what the Kennedys stood for, true values and individual responsibility. Let me just remind you of John F. Kennedy's remarks during his inauguration speech, when he said, "Don't ask what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country."
Vereinigungsrede keine Versprechungen gemacht hat, sondern gesagt hat, fragt nicht, was
This was the entire family's motto, and we believe there is a revitalization of these thoughts, and people therefore have a very big interest in this topic.
Stattfindet dieser Gedanken und dass die Leute deswegen auch ein sehr großes Interesse an diesem Thema haben.